Hello, Winnie.
Can you hear
have
me?
a nice week?
Yes.
What did you do?
I went to my high school classmates' home with 5 people.
Were they nice people?
With
Or
5,
are you too old now?
with 5 friends. What?
Winnie, when do people, I'm just writing this, what age, more correctly, what age do people finish school in Taiwan?
Pardon?
Just typing this. What age do people finish school in Taiwan?
When? If you just want to graduate in college, it's 22.
No, sorry, I meant high school.
High school, 18.
18, all right. How old are you when you start school? 5 or 6?
7 or 8.
Really? In Australia, it's around about 5 years old.
You can choose
So,
to go to school or not in 5 years.
all right. Well, in Australia, we have 12 years of school. So we go from grade 1 to grade 6, so 5 to 12 in what we call primary school. And then we go from grade 7 to 12, so that's 13, 14, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, about 17 years old, and we call that secondary school. So secondary to us is the same as high school. And then when you're 17 or 18, it depends, some people don't start till they're 6. When you're 17, you then go, you can get a job. Some people go to university, and some people go to what we call TAFE. TAFE is technical and further education, so it's learning a trade. So it might be plumbing, it might be building, it might be other things, but it's less than university, so they say anyway. So in Taiwan, do you have something like TAFE?
I'm not really sure what TAFE teach.
All right. But if somebody doesn't want to go to university,
Yes.
let's say they want to become a plumber, how do they become a plumber? So in Australia, they would go to TAFE. So this is a trade. So instead of a trade is it's not as a trade is something like a plumber or an electrician or a builder.
Oh, it just yes, in Taiwan there's like this.
Okay.
My cousin go to Australia to learn a school like trade.
So, I see. What is he doing?
He tell me he fixed the airplane.
Okay. We call that an aeroplane. It could be an engineer or technician. Depends what he's doing.
I don't really sure, but I think it's technician.
Yeah. In Australia, we call people that serve on aeroplanes air stewards. Air stewards are people that are on the plane and they walk up and down and they feed you, and we call them air stewards. In Australia, most are gay. Is that the same in Taiwanese Taiwanese like Eva? Are all your air stewards gay?
What do you mean gay? Guy or gay?
Homosexual.
You're saying? Really? No, our air stewardess are everybody's admirer because they are so beautiful. And usually beautiful women or young ladies.
Because of equality, we have two problems. Now it's 50-50, male and female. That's the first thing. The other thing is that the women, some are very nice looking, but you can't. There used to be a policy, if you were older than 30, you had to leave. Now they just stay on for years. So we've got some at 65 years old, still serving, still going. And the other problem is half the males, not all, but a lot of the males are gay for some reason. I don't know why, but we have a lot that are gay, and it must be something that they like doing. I'm not sure.
Nicholas, do you have a problem with older people now? Nicholas?
Yep.
You have a problem with gay men?
Not if they are nice people. If they do their job.
I think gay men are very friendly.
I don't care.
I think gay men are friendly. You know, they cannot be hostile to women, you know, because they're only interested in men, so we are safe around them.
Yes, well, a lot of women like gay men because, as you say, they seem to get on well with them.
This is really interesting because, you know, stewardess are the profession here that many young girls long for. After graduation, thousands of people will line up for audition of airliner stewardess. Yeah, and if any young man says, you know, you have to be like 165 centimeter high to be qualified as because otherwise you won't be able to reach the beam, right? For the luggage.
But you can't be too tall because otherwise you can't get on the plane to walk.
Okay, Karen has just uploaded a picture of stewardess. I hope this will change your viewpoint of stewardess. See? This, you know, if any young man says he's dating a stewardess, he'll be envy of his friends. So next time, take China Airlines instead of Qantas when you come to Taiwan.
Yeah. Well, I put, that's.
I help saying this. Another reason that you have to take China Airlines is the drink is usually free and the food is so much superior than any Western airline I have ever taken.
Yes, I agree with you. It's very expensive now, and the meals are not. Nor always very good either. So we start.
You have already started the class.
Well, sort of.
Okay, great.
That's because Winnie's so good. Winnie, can you do the first one, please? Have you heard of New Orleans in America?
Yes. Yes.
All right. About 5 years ago, there was a huge cyclone that destroyed the city. So New Orleans is still a city, something with the task of rebuilding itself. So dabbling, plying, putting up, or grappling. Which one?
Plying. 可是第四个是 grappling.
Yes, do you know what grappling means? Can you use another word?
Work hard, try to do something.
Yeah, it actually means struggling. So they're actually not finding it easy, and they're struggling with the task of rebuilding it. Why do you think they're struggling?
Because it's hard to do this.
Yes,
To
it's very expensive
rebuilding.
too. So they're grappling with the task, means they're struggling. Now, what does dabbling in something mean? So if I say that Winnie dabbles in, dabbles in black magic. Now first of all, what is black magic?
Play some games about ghosts.
Yes, sort of. Like Harry Potter being a witch. Okay, so now do you know what dabbling means? So if I say Winnie dabbles in black magic, what does dabble mean, do you think? D-A-B-B-L-E. So it's this is to dabble. It's not a common word, but it's used quite a bit sometimes to dabble in something.
Involved in something.
Yeah, you do it for a hobby. So, Winnie, do you have a hobby? Not black magic.
Yes.
What is it?
Play computer games or play.
All right. Are you an expert in computer games?
Oh, I'm not a. I don't think so. I just play for fun.
Well, you dabble in computer games, so you do them for fun. You do them for a hobby, and that's to dabble. If you dabble, it means you don't. It's not your job. You're not an expert. You just dabble in something. It means you do it because you enjoy it. Okay? So I'm not saying you dabble in black magic, but if you dabble in computer games, you do them a little bit.
So Nicholas,
Yep.
does double has a negative connotation, or it's neutral?
No, it's not necessarily negative. It depends how it's used. So if you thought if somebody said, I am an expert in computers, and if you have a different opinion, you think, oh, they're not very good, you might say, well, they just dabble in computers. That means that you have a negative opinion. But it depends on the context, but generally it's how it's said. So oh, he dabbles in computers. It means he has a hobby, but if you can use it negatively sometimes, yes.
And the term black magic is usually not that positive, right?
No, black magic is negative. It's to do with, for instance, Satanism.
It's very
Ben,
bad.
who is Satan? Sorry, Ben, your thing. Joe, who is Satan?
Hello.
Hello, Joe. Who is Satan?
A devil.
That's right. It's another name for the devil. Can you see those pictures there?
No.
All right. So they're not coming up on the screen. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, they are. There they are. Well, he's Satan. So describe the characteristics of Satan.
Ugly. Red.
Yes. Yes. Red, ugly, what else?
That's right. Horns on her head.
Yeah, horns, scary eyes, and sometimes a fork.
That is what's
talking
right.
about yeah, and yes, he's got a tail as well. Okay. So, anything to do with Satan is black magic. If you are a good witch, what do you call it? Not black magic, but if you believe in magic but you're good, what sort of witch are you? Not black magic, but not a black witch, or not black magic, but white magic. So white magic is good. Well, so we say anyway. Okay? Ben, you can do the next one. What color is this girl's hair?
Good morning. Gold. Golden hair.
Yeah, gold. Yeah, golden or blonde if you want. Is blonde considered attractive in Taiwan?
It depends.
Go on. What does it depend on?
Nicholas, later on, please poll on this one.
Okay. The girls color their hair blonde. In Taiwan?
I seldom saw such a situation.
Okay. Pearl, what am I polling?
You were asking them if blonde is attractive to Oriental or Chinese. You mean
So,
blonde in Western people or blonde in Asia? You know.
Or blondes in Asia then.
Well, then no.
Asian
I'll
people.
tell you the answer.
Well, I imagine I know. But there's your poll. Yes, you think Asian blondes
No.
are attractive. Two, you don't.
No. I think you should poll on a blonde Western or brunette Western.
All right.
Which is
So
more
blonde in
attractive?
Western. All right.
Okay.
It's becoming more. You've got a choice. You've got blonde versus brunette.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's...
Which is more attractive?
Yeah. Brunette is brown, blonde is yellow. So which is more attractive? One blonde, two brunette in
Second.
European.
Okay.
因为他外国人会认为 blonde 是比较漂亮的。blonde have more.
So there's your poll.
问我们会不会是这样？
One you like blondes, two you like brunette.
比较漂亮你就选一。你觉得黑棕发他们有 brunette 的嘛？对不对？那你就选二，一或二哈。
That's quite interesting. Now, just while we're waiting for that to come up,
Yes, if they don't have particular preference, because I think it also has to come with the feature, the facial feature.
I'll put the poll result up in a minute. Minchi, who's that?
Hello?
Hello, do you know who this is?
I know.
Why?
Why? What why?
How?
Oh, because she is famous.
It's quite interesting. I think she's
Yes,
most
it-
unattractive. I don't find this woman
Why?
attractive in the slightest.
I guess because you are different from most men. I mean, she's
Well, I think
almost
she's
like an icon.
I think she's cheap. And
I think
not
she's
natural.
innocent. She looks innocent. She's innocent, and I
Doesn't
think,
look
you know.
innocent. She looks like a streetwalker.
Okay, but probably you didn't see the picture of her beside a swimming pool. Half naked.
I still
Oh,
don't
almost
like her.
naked, except
And
that
also,
half.
this is what we call bottle blonde. Minty, what does that mean, bottle blonde? A bottle blonde.
I don't know.
Alright.
I'll tell you, we have a newcomer in the class. Why don't you ask him? His name is Paul. He's from France.
France. That's interesting. Just a minute. Paul, are you there?
Yep. Hello.
Hello, Paul. What's a bottle blonde?
What?
Bottle blonde.
Go on.
It's not the color of the hair, no?
Yeah, but what do you mean bottle blonde?
It means really bright blonde, no?
No.
No? Okay, I don't know.
Alright. Emily, do you know? So Emily, what's a bottle blonde?
I don't know.
I've written the answer there for you. Read the text.
Mm.
So read the answer down here.
Okay, I see. So she is not a real blonde. She's bleached.
No,
right?
correct. Her original color is brown.
Really?
Just a minute. Okay, just a minute. Here we are. So that's Marilyn Monroe when she was famous, and this is her real picture. So that's Marilyn Monroe when she was a teenager, and that's her real hair color. I think she looks innocent here. So she's a natural. In other words, her hair is natural, her smile is natural, and she's not trying to look as she does now. So this is brunette. So a bottle blonde simply means that it's somebody who has, they're not really blonde.
I see your point. One of these days you're going to show us who's your icon.
No. Emily, tell me about this girl. Is she a real blonde or a bottle blonde?
Maybe bottle.
Correct. Why? Or how do you know?
It looks like fair.
Well, where's she from, do you think? What country?
Japan.
Correct. So she's from Japan. Now, Japanese girls have dark hair. There are no blondes in Japan, or not that I know of. Now, the other thing is this color. Bottle blondes tend to be white blonde. So we call this white blonde. They go a bit too far. They often wear too much. Do you know how you describe red cheeks? Or what do they put on their cheeks to make it look red? Right. What did you say there? I think you said correct.
Blush.
Yeah, blush is one way. We also say rouge. Rouge is red in French. And they put rouge on their cheeks. But yes, they also put blush. And generally, if you can see the rouge or the blush, they've used too much. So any color you use should be subtle. What does that mean, Emily? Subtle makeup.
Is put on, but you don't see it.
All right, this is not subtle. You can see her makeup, You can see her hair is not real. So this is unsubtle. Subtle means subtle makeup means it looks good. You know, you're not sure if she's made up or just a very attractive girl. So this is not subtle, it's obvious. Okay? Emily, do you wear makeup?
Not. I know.
Now, this girl, again, she's a bottle blonde. What do you call this red stuff, Emily? In English.
Lipstick.
That's right, lipstick. She's wearing heavy makeup. So you can see it's almost brown. And she also, most of you may do this, what's she done to her eyebrows? How would you describe the eyebrows? There's a word beginning with T, and it ends in ED.
Pen.
All right, I wasn't thinking of that, but yeah, pencil eyebrows. But how have they become pencil? What has she done to make them into pencil eyebrows? What's the action, the verb?
Draw.
You do it to chickens as well. So we talk about pluck. So if you pluck a chicken, you remove its feathers to eat it. And women pluck their eyebrows, so they pull out the extra bits with the tweezers, and they call this plucking your eyebrows. Most women do that. They will pluck their eyebrows so they don't look hairy, and they will also shave under their arms. Is that common in Taiwan, Emily? Do women shave under their arms?
We shave when we have a public performance like dance or art.
Why?
Someone think it's more polite.
Yeah, polite. Now you see in Australia, oh, you can't see it. She's got hairy legs, and also, yeah. Can you see that picture? She's got hairy arms. Now, in Australia, or in the West, this is considered unattractive. Actually, Paul, is that Paul from France?
Yes.
Do women in France shave under their arms?
Yeah, they all do.
All right.
It's not
Because
considered really wild.
European women don't, like Swedish women, sometimes don't shave under their arms. It just depends on culture. And it's usually the men. The men say we don't like it. So we don't like hairy arms, we don't like hairy legs in women, shave them, and that's what happens. Alright, now we better get on with the class, I suppose. Find it. Alright. Thank you, Emily.
Well, Nicholas, another thing is that do
Yeah.
men shave their under their arm?
Some of the modern metrosexuals do. Now you'll have to work this out. What is a metrosexual? Metrosexual man.
Ask Paul for assistance.
Oh, tell us what that is. Understand it.
It means someone, a man who really take care of his appearance.
That's right.
And use a lot of cosmetics and things like this.
Yeah, so a lot of modern, not all, but a lot of modern men, they pluck their eyebrows, they use skin products, and they're just as bad as females. So they shave their legs, and they take care of how they look. Not everybody, but okay, so just a minute, we can connect. I tried to show you a picture here. Just a minute. Oh, there he is. Now, so this man, you asked if people shaved men. This man, he's got a shaved body, shaved his legs, he shaved his chest, he shaved his arms, he's got tattoos, and he may be metrosexual. Metrosexual just means that, as Paul said, they take care of their appearance. They don't like body hair. They use makeup and products, and they want to look what is considered nice. Now, in my day, as in when I was this age, if we had done this, we would have been called this is a negative word. We'd have been called a puff. A puff is a gay man. Now, not all gay men are like this, but this is a negative term, and it means a gay man who does this. Now, we can't say this anymore in the West. It's considered offensive. So, but now, men that take care of their appearance, they can be not, it doesn't mean that they're gay. It just means that they belong to this group of young men that look good. Now, Angela.
Hello.
How do you describe these muscles? There's a particular phrase to describe a muscular abdomen.
He has 6 pieces of muscle.
No, just a six-pack.
6-pack.
And a six-pack means, how does he get this six-pack?
Exercise.
That's right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they call it a six-pack, and it needs a lot of exercise. And not everybody can get one. I used to have one of these when I was very young. Unfortunately, I haven't got it anymore. I've got something else now, and it's not called a six-pack. All right. Actually, since you're there, Angela, do the next one. So this is the blonde that we started all this. She's recently experienced a number of personal problems, but seems to be taking it all something and shows the same enthusiasm for life as ever. So it means she's getting better. Pride, stride, or hand? Stride or hand?
Stride.
That's correct. So all in her stride means that she's taking it very well, she's coping well. That's just a phrase. I won't go into the meaning of strides, but we say taking it all in her stride or in his stride means that somebody's managing quite well, and so she's had a lot of problems, but she's okay. All right? Thank you, Angela. Alice.
Thank you.
Alice. I have no idea how they will react to the use. So we'll just have to play it by heart, from memory, by ear, or safe.
Off by heart.
Now, if you learn something off by heart, it means you memorize it. So, if you were doing a presentation, Alice, you might learn it off by heart. You'd memorize it so you didn't have to read. So it's not off by heart, it's something else. Have to play it by...
Alright. Safe.
No, you can't say actually. No, play it safe means to take no chances. So if you don't know the answer, you play it safe by saying nothing. So you're taking a risk. So you've had two risks so far. So you've said this one and that one. So you're not playing it safe. You're taking a risk. Now, is it from memory or by ear?
From.
Yeah. It is actually by ear. It's not a very good example. Yes, you play by ear means let's leave it till we hear what they say. Let's wait until we know what's going to happen. Okay. So Alice. If you learn something off by heart, give me an example. So if you learn something off by heart, give me an example of when you might do that. When you might learn something off by heart.
When my friend don't like to eat something, I will remember off by heart.
Yeah, that's fine. Good example. So, but anyway, this one is played by ear. We'll have to wait and see. Thank you, Alice.
Thank you.
Jerry.
Hi.
There was finally some force to something up to the truth. Their marriage was a failure. Live, give, make it, or face. Yes. All right. Now, I want you to put that in your own words. They were finally forced to face up to the truth. What does that mean? So use this. Their marriage was a failure. They have to face up to the truth. What do they have to face up to? What do they have to accept? That what?
It means they admit to admit their marriage was failure. Yeah.
Yeah, their marriage was no good. So they have to say. So, Jerry, are you a good student? Are you very, very clever?
And yes.
All right, you're supposed to say no. You have to face up to the truth, Jerry. You're only an average student. So that's the opposite. So you say, right, I'm very good. You have to face up to reality. You're just average. I don't know what you are, Jerry. You may be fantastic. I'm just using this as an example. Okay, thank you.
Nicholas, you know, I was
Yeah.
thinking I would choose live up to, because if I use face, I won't have up. You know, face the truth, not face up to the truth. How about live? Can we just live?
No, it
live
doesn't
up
work.
To the truth?
No, we can't say live up to the truth.
Okay.
You can say you have to live up to an ideal. So Pearl has a very intelligent mother. She has to live up to her mother's standards. So that means you have to reach your mother's standards. A slightly different thing. Face up to something means you have to accept it. You have no choice. Whereas live up to something means you have to match their example. Okay?
But then can you just say finally forced to face the truth instead of
You can.
face up to
They were finally forced to face the truth. That would work, but you can't have face up to. So it's face the truth is the same as and live. You can't say live. You have to say face, because face the truth or face up to the truth, same meaning. Okay. So you don't have to put up to. It could be face the truth or face up to the truth. They both mean that you have to accept the reality of something. Okay? Alice.
Hi.
You're looking very attractive today. How are you?
Fine. I'm
Good.
fine.
Alice, got a cold.
So.
So sad.
Oh, no. No.
All right, there's many governments are now taking something to reduce smoking in public places. Steps, offence, sides or over. So you're looking for something that says that governments are, well, what do you think? It means they're trying to stop it.
Steps.
Yes. Taking steps, taking action. Do you smoke, Alice?
Yeah. No.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
Because smoking is bad to my health.
All right. Would you go out with a boy who smoked?
Would you go out with a boy who smoked? No. No.
All right.
It
He's
smells
very
bad.
rich and attractive.
He's very rich and attractive.
Would you go out? Would you go out?
No.
Would you go out with?
No.
Oh, you are a very good girl. All right. I think you have principles.
I think you have principles.
I've just typed it there. What does that mean?
Yes.
You have principles. What are principles?
Rules.
Sorry?
Sorry? Yes. I have rules.
Yeah, they're like rules you call, like ethics almost. So you could also say you have taste as well. So because you stick by, I can't stand anybody that smokes. I agree with you. I don't like. Well, we used to say in my day, it's like kissing an ashtray. So going out with somebody that smoked is like kissing an ashtray.
So,
Do you understand? That.
You understand? A towel is. Oh, I agree with you.
All right. Well, this is licking actually, but this is an ashtray. Do you know what these are? These are cigarette ends.
Huh?
They're cigarette ends. They're called butts. Cigarette butts. And this man, so if this guy smokes, that's what he smells like. And it's also what he tastes like as well. So not good, in other words. All right, thank you.
Welcome.
Joe, how are you?
Hello.
Last one. Here are some tips on the best way to something problem employees. What is a problem employee first, Joe? What's a problem employee?
The employees have some problem.
Well, no, it's slightly different. They don't. Well, they may be employees with problems, but we're using this as an adjective. We are saying that these employees are, if you like, bad employees. So problem employees, somebody causing you a problem. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So remembering that. Here are some tips on the best way to hinder, humiliate, handle, or hamper.
Handle.
Yes. Now put it in your words. What does that mean?
To solve the problem the employers may have.
That's right. So we're going to make them not be problem employees. Now, would you like to be humiliated, Joe?
No.
What does it mean?
Make someone mad.
That's right. No, not mad. Different.
Make them uncomfortable.
That's right. Make them uncomfortable. Lose face. Do you understand that? Lose face?
Yes, I know.
All right, that's humiliate. So if I said to you, Joe, you're a really ugly person and you're fat and you have no character, that will be humiliating you. In other words, you make you feel bad. So I'm not saying, I'm
Thank
just using
you.
that as an example, don't worry. You're very welcome. Now, if you hinder somebody...
Nicholas.
Yeah?
Nicholas. I think Joe will laugh at the comment because he's quite the opposite. He's tall
That's
and
exactly why I
handsome
said
and pleasant. So he will laugh at that comment and say it's a joke.
Ah, Alice said he was small and fat. She just texted secretly and said he was small and fat, so you shouldn't lie, Alice, it's naughty. Don't worry, I'm only joking. All right. Now, Alice, what does, if you hinder somebody, what does that mean?
Stop someone do something.
Oh, correct. Now, there's another word here that means it's more or less the same as hinder. What is it?
他说，我以为你什么都会啊。
So a word means the same.
Can you say? Can we ask
Yes.
again?
Does hinder means to stop somebody or try and stop them doing something. What's another word in this for that means the same?
Oh, hamper.
That's right. Now, so hinder and hamper are similar. Means it. Now, what is that? That's the verb. Now, if I use it as a noun, a hamper, what's that? What's a hamper?
Let me think. Basket.
Yes, a basket of usually like a picnic basket.
Yes.
Or a present. Sometimes we say a Christmas or birthday hamper. And that's a gift. Okay? So a hamper, the hamper, as we say, is a basket. And it's quite a common word, it's not uncommon. Okay, now, Alice, what are you wearing on your face? And I don't mean makeup, I mean that thing that's on your face. What's the word in English?
Glasses.
A what?
Glasses.
You'll have to type it, I can't understand you.
Okay.
Oh, glasses? Sorry, no, I'm talking about
Yes.
the other thing that's covering your mouth.
Mask.
Yes, it's a face mask, that's right. Okay, thank you, Alice.
You're welcome.
Pearl, shall we have a break now and then start presentation?
Nicholas, by the way, you know, it's Christmas season, so can you show us
Yes, I know.
occasionally the decorations on your street?
Yes,
Or
certainly.
the windows of the department store or Christmas tree?
I'm taking my mother to see the best house, street decorations this year.
Yeah. So maybe you can show it to us as
So
well.
I'll get some pictures.
Yeah, and secretly tell us what present you're preparing for your family members. they wouldn't know.
All right. I've already got most of them.
I've already got most of them.
But I'll do that
early?
on Christmas.
But I'll do that on Christmas.
Yes. That way I don't have to go Christmas
That
shopping.
way I don't have to go Christmas shopping.
What does it mean?
I
it will be
hate
cheaper?
crowds.
I hate crowds.
I bought them all online.
I bought them all online.
Oh, really? Then it
So
will
they
be no
probably
fun,
cheap.
right? Because you can do that all the time.
That's my Christmas
That's
present for my
Christmas present for my
niece. She wants a actually somebody can
didn't
tell
see
me
it.
what it is.
Somebody can tell me what it is.
We didn't see it.
I never know.
I never know.
Oh, here we are. That.
Oh, here we are. That.
Okay, class. 这是什么？
What is it?
What is it?
啊，他给他历史的礼物。是什
I
么
don't know.
I don't know.
It's a little metal thing for a
It's a
computer in
little
a
metal
packet,
thing for a computer in a packet.
OK， 看到了
and it
吗？
holds it.
是什么
And it holds data. It holds data.
？OK，
So what do you call it?
So what do you call it?
we still we cannot make anything out of it. Maybe you can tell us later after the break.
All right.
All right.
I don't want to
Okay.
open it. It's called
I don't
cloud
want to open
storage.
it. It's called cloud storage.
Oh.
What's that?
Okay, cloud
What's that?
storage. Okay, a storage device.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you how much it will cost you here. Okay?
Yeah. How much?
Yeah, how much?
This is
I
1
don't know.
terabyte. So
After
how
the
much?
break.
1 terabyte. So how much?
Okay.
After
So
the
it's 1
break.
terabyte, and it's USB 3.
USB 3.
Okay.
All right. Let's have a break.
And the brand
that
name?
All
one.
right, let's have a break. And
The brand name.
The brand name is actually Hitachi.
Hitachi.
冠宇，去查一下那个多少钱。
So Hitachi external
Hitachi external
storage, external disk drive.
external disk drive.
他打出来 Hitachi external disk drive，去查一下台湾买要多少钱。
All right. So go and have a
We'll
break
try.
and tell me
All
in
right,
10 minutes.
go and have a break and tell me in 10 minutes.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be Hitachi, but just tell me what. 1 terabyte USB 3 external storage.
Okay, and we will introduce the Civil War and maybe some social issues that the war have impact. Okay, and the Syrian Civil War began in the spring of 2011. Yes, and why the uprising will turn to violence? At the beginning, there are some teenagers who paint the revolution slogan on their school wall, and the government arrests them. So the democracy protest erupted, and the war began. Yes. Listening to civil war. Violence escalated and the rebel brigade were formed to battle government forces for control of cities, towns, and the countryside. And according to the United Nations, 250,000 people have been killed in the conflict by August 2015. The conflict is now more than just a battle between the rebel and President Assad, because there were involved religions and dance the natural resources of Syria and neighboring countries. And it has acquired sectarian overtones and drawn in neighboring countries and world power. And of course, there are lots of human rights violations began a war, until the war. Like IS, it also been accused by the UN of their terror action. Oh, okay, and let us see this image. This image is about the area were controlled by which side. Like green one is controlled by rebel and yellow one were controlled by IS. Okay.
Okay, this part is about chemical weapons. Hundreds of people were killed in August 2030 as rockets filled with the nerve agent sarin were fired at several agricultural districts around Damascus. West power are outraged by attack. They said it could only have been carried out by Syria's government. Facing the prospect of U.S. military intervention, President Assad agreed to the complete removal or destruction of Syria's chemical weapons. The destruction of chemical weapons was completed a year later. The graph shows chemical attack in Syria 2030. This part about the humanitarian crisis. More than 4 million people have fled Syria since the start of the conflict. Most of them women and child. Neighboring countries have borne the brunt of refugee crisis. And in March this year, the UN published a report. It estimated that the total economic loss since the start of the conflict was 202 billion, and that 4 in every 5 Syrians were now living in poverty. 30% of land in abject poverty, and more. Syria's education, health, and social welfare system was also in a state of collapse. This graph shows the Syria's refugees in region. Okay. And capitalism and the chaos in the region. Islamic State has taken control of huge swathes of territory across northern and eastern Syria. In public, opposition groups are also deeply divided. The most prominent is the Moderate National Coalition for Syria Revolutionary and Opposition Force, but the coalition has little influence on ground in Syria, and its primacy is rejected by other groups, leaving the country without a convincing alternative to the Assad government. A number of attempts by the radical and even to broker ceasefire and start dialogue have failed. In January 2014, the US, Russia, and UN convened a conference in Sweden to implement the 2012 Geneva Communique call for the establishment of transitional governing body in serial form on the basis of mutual consent. The talk, which became known as Geneva II, broke down in February after only 2 rounds. The Syrian government's refusal to discuss opposition demands and its insistence on a focus on fighting terrorists. What began as another offspring against an autocratic ruler has matured into brutal proxy war that has drawn in regional and world powers. Iran and Russia have propped up the the governments of President Assad and gradually increased their support. Tehran, the capital of Iran, is believed to be spending billions of dollars a year to bolster Mr. Assad, providing military advice and subsidized weapons. The Syrian government has also enjoyed the support of Lebanon's Shia Islamist Hezbollah movement, whose fighters have provided important battlefield support since 2013. US-led coalition aircraft provide significant support to Kurdish military fighters seeking to defend 3 autonomous enclaves in the country's north from attacks by ICE. This graph is a map of war and Syria with military involvement. Conclusion. Except for ending slavery, fascist, Nazism, communism, and fascism, war has never solved anything. Thank you for your listening. Bye bye.
东南亚留在那里问那个有什么问题啊？那个
Do you have any questions for us? Nicholas?
Yes, what is Baathism?
What is Baathism? Wait a second. Baathism.
叙利亚的什么？
阿拉伯人要建立一个。
I have never heard of Baathism.
Maybe it was the sense of Arab people.
Yes.
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 Yeah, just reading it here.
Yeah, just reading it here.
Yes, it's Arab nationalism.
It's Arab nationalism.
Yes.
Interesting. All right, there's a question here.
There's a question here.
Should we not declare war on
Should we
ISIS?
not declare war on ISIS?
You said war
Pa-
You
pa-
said
has
war
never solved anything.
has never solved anything.
If we don't
yes.
do something about
If we don't
ISIS,
do
that
something
won't
about
solve
ISIS,
itself, will
that
it?
won't solve itself, will it?
Uh,
你说战争不能解决任何事情嘛 ？War has never solved anything 嘛，所以他说是不是我们就不应该 declare war on ISIS 啊？
I don't think so because I just do a lot of terror action and we have to stop them by fighting them.
所以你同意？
Yeah,
Yes.
well, fighting them is war.
Yeah, fighting them is war.
Yeah. so this image is to tell people to to
Maybe there are other options besides war.
yes.
因为你们说这里说战争是可以解决，但说他的意思说，那这样我们不要对 ISIS 宣战。
I think the war is not easy and is not easily explained. Every country has their ambitions. For the war, what happened? What let it happen is difficult.
Why do you think
Why do you think
ISIS is
ISIS
attacking
is attacking
the West?
The West.
Why?
是要攻击西方。
Maybe because of their religions.
Mhm. But who attacked them
Who
first?
attacked them first?
谁先攻击他们的？哪一个国家？
ISIS.
Who attacked them first?
United States.
Well, yeah, but
Well,
it was 9/11
it was
gave
9/11 gave
the Iraq
the Iraq
war.
war.
I'm just typing this.
I'm just typing it.
And then
And
it's
then
all since then.
it's all since then.
So they started it
So they
9/11,
started it 9/11.
and the trouble is
And the
that
trouble
the
is
Americans have not
that
done
the
it
Americans
properly.
have not done it properly.
You either have to take
You
part
either
or
have
not.
to take part
So
or not.
if the
So
Americans
if the Americans
and their allies
and their allies
got out of
got
Syria,
out of Syria,
what would be the result, do you
what
think?
would be the result, do you think?
你这个会什么结果？
是说美。
现在的整件事，
Oh, okay.
更多的战争保护，你们自己觉得呢？
I can imagine the future of this war because it contains so many countries. So yeah, I can imagine.
Yes, no, it's a very difficult
Yes,
topic.
it's a very difficult topic.
But I agree that war,
agree
as
that
you say,
war,
is not a
as
good
you
idea.
say, is not a good idea.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
we cannot negotiate
we
with them.
cannot negotiate with them.
Would
Yes.
you like to have your head
Would you
chopped
like
off?
to have your head chopped off?
不要啊，你
Oh no.
他们就是
No, well,
No,
most people don't.
Most people don't.
And this is a standard
And
ISIS
this is a
tactic.
standard ISIS tactic.
If you go and try and talk to them,
If
they
you go
chop
and
your
try
head
and
off.
talk to them, they chop your head off.
They're not a friendly people.
They're not a friendly people.
Yes, that was the sad thing.
Yeah. But no, thank you. That was a very
Thank you.
interesting
That was a
topic.
very interesting topic.
Thank you.
Nicholas, what is the population of ISIs?
The countries that form ISIS.
Countries that form ISIS.
I mean, population, how many soldiers do they have?
I don't know the numbers.
I don't know the numbers.
You know, interesting to think that, you know, after the World War II, and many Jews asked themselves, why didn't they fight back? You know, 6 million of them were, you know,
According to
got killed.
Google,
According to Google,
Yes.
there's 200,000
This is-
soldiers that
200,000
are ISIS.
soldiers that are ISIS.
Okay. Okay. You know, and you know, it's really not that many. I mean, if we, you know, come to think of it, 60 million Jews were killed because they didn't fight back. And probably they asked themselves, even they don't have weapons, you know, it's 1-to-1. You know, if they don't walk in the death chamber like, you know, like obedient sheep, they might stand a chance. They might stand a chance, right? If they weren't that obedient.
Yes.
Ask one of the students that question. What about Paul?
What about Paul? Making comment.
Should we drop a nuclear
Paul.
bomb?
Should we drop a
That
nuclear
would
bomb
solve the
in Syria?
problem.
That would solve the problem.
You said, should we have a nuclear war in Syria?
No, just a quick nuclear bomb.
Just a quick nuclear bomb.
I think that's...
Couple here and there. Destroy
Couple
Syria.
here and there.
That would
Destroy
stop
Syria.
the war.
That would
Is that
stop
what we
the
should do?
war. Is that what we should
Yeah, in France, some people think this like usually nice part of the French people, but I don't think it's a good idea because it will just like kill a lot of civilians, and we already bombed a lot this area, and this is I think what drives the terrorism, so it's not a good idea.
I think a nuclear bomb will also kill the civilians, not just fighters, ISIS fighters, right? So it's not a good choice. You might also kill civilians and might start nuclear war in the West. They can throw a bomb in any Western world as well. Maybe they should just use the traditional war game to finish those Syrian ISIS. What's your opinion, Paul?
Yes, I think if France or any Western country want to fight ISIS, they should not bomb the country, because yes, there's a lot of civilians, and also with this behavior, we will start potentially a third nuclear war, as the ISIS may be helped by country like Qatar and other country like Iran, or I don't know who has nuclear bombs, so they have support, so it's not obviously a good idea. And anyway, nuclear bomb I don't think is a good idea anywhere.
Really? The nuclear bomb is only a matter of time? That's terrible. Nicholas, can we ask Paul to talk more about what French reaction is after the attack? What's your mentality now?
In France, after the attack in Paris, all people were really sad and angry against ISIS, and directly the French president declared war to ISIS and sent troops, and they bombed the ISIS state. But that was maybe a quick and quick reaction, because it's only like continuing the process engaged before who raised terrorism. It will just make them more angry until they kill them all. So actually the problem is that it's not, the most of the terrorists are not in Syria. A lot of the people who attack Paris, they were actually French citizens who radicalized themselves. So if you bomb people in Syria, the like extremist community in France or every other country in Europe will still raise and make terrorist attack. So I think it's more about an ideological battle, and try not to reject all the population, because in France I think this is provoked a lot by racism. Like Arabian immigrants in France, they feel sometimes rejected, and then they get out of the system, go to jail, and then radicalize themselves and finally do terrorist attack. So I think it's more like ideological battle first.
Well, the Parisians want to get out of city, or even move out of the country, to be safe.
I think that's not really, they're still unsafe, but they want to resist. A lot of messages from Parisian people were saying we are not afraid, and they don't want to like hide from the ISIS. They don't want to show any fear, and I think as we have kind of resistant past in France, they will not everybody will leave Paris, and they will stay and resist to the attack anyway.
So that's very French, huh?
Yeah.
The French people are very different. You show us a very different, philosophy about life. Yeah. Nicholas, you have more questions for Paul or the class? No. So we should ask the second group to come up. Okay. I thought you can have the permission. You always have the say of the class. We'll take the picture of the group first, and the second group is in process.
插个名字。哦。
Thank you. I have to have permission if I don't have the token, because I lost contact there, so I've just come back, and you have to right-click and not give out the token.
Okay. Anyway, Karen is taking picture of them. Wait, Karen, 你要不要他是用这一页吗？他们的首页嘞？OK， 这张一张，这样题目，你们的发，对对。So, Nicholas, Australia is not named the target for ISIS, right? Because Taiwan is on the list.
Yes, but we're on the list because we're bombing them. We have bombers over there.
Really?
Yeah. So the thing is, we are an island far away, but eventually somebody will do something. As long as somebody said there's nothing worth bombing in Australia. It's not Paris. There's nothing old, and so why bother?
Any landmark, landmark building, because like we are in Taipei, we have 101, and what's yours? What's the famous target if they really want to bomb Australia?
The Opera
Opera
House.
House.
The Opera
Yeah,
House.
yeah, right.
It's ugly anyway.
It's ugly anyway.
We think it's pretty.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
You have a strange aesthetic, standard. You don't like
True.
Marilyn Monroe. You don't like Opera House. One of this day you're going to show us your idol. Okay, the
I
second
think
group is the
Marilyn Monroe looks like the Opera House.
Looks like the Opera House.
Okay.
Hello, Nicholas. Today we are going to introduce a social network named Descartes. I'm Winnie. I am Shirley.
Hi, Winnie.
Hi, Winnie.
I'm Angela.
Shirley.
Shirley.
Angela.
Angela.
And what is Descartes? You can post your article on here to share your mood, story, or other interesting things in your life experience to other Descartes users. And why did the founder want to build Descartes? It is just like Facebook, but they have some difference. One of the difference is that Descartes is only for students to register, and you can post articles anonymously if you do not want others know who you are. The most interesting thing in Descartes is that you can get a card at midnight every day. The card will show one random Descartes user's identity, like major, school, hobby, what country he likes, or so on, but doesn't show the name. And the one will get your card too. Although it's random to choose the object, it will reference your self-introduction. After you receive the card, you can choose to be each other's friends or not. If both of you decide to be each other's friends, you can start chatting on the website. But if one of you doesn't want to be friends, you can start chatting. If it says 24 hours and you didn't click the button to be friends, you will not meet these guys again on the card. You will miss he or her. If he or she clicked the button but you didn't, card will tell you you miss a person who wants to be your friend. There are many articles in the Descartes. Those articles are written by the students of the university. Here are many books. The Descartes has a lot of topics. For example, the articles in the funny board are about the happy things. In the mood board are about the feelings and emotions. In the trading board are about the current information. In the boys and girls board are about the romantic stories. Let's introduce some stories in the Descartes. I want to introduce a story in the funny book. The title of the story is My Mother Was Scared Millions. On the way home, a girl discovered that there was a million balloons discarded in the street. She felt that the balloon was very lonely, so she brought it home. There were strange things happen. The balloon always fell too close to the girl's mother. The girl's mother was scared of the million balloons because there was no reason to explain this phenomenon. The girl's father didn't feel strange about the trouble thing. He just said, because the million follow the evil person. I want to tell another story in the funny book. One day, a girl was led to take out trash. The girl's mother would be very angry if the girl had not done the housework. The girl wanted to take out the trash, so she chased the garbage truck, but she could not catch the garbage car. At this moment, a boy came to help her. The boy threw the trash into the garbage car successfully. The girl was grateful to the boy and asked him name. The boy answered, "You can call me Garbage Superman." 好，下一个。There is a touching story in the mood board. When a girl was waiting for the bus, a stranger came up to her. The stranger was an old lady. Because the old lady could not text the message, she asked that if the girl could help her to send the text message. The girl agreed to help her. The old lady wanted to send a happy birthday text to her son. She didn't choose to make a phone call due to she didn't want to disturb her son. The girl was touched by the old lady's selfless love. This story tells us that we should spend more time comparing our family and try to respond to their selfless love.
And I'm going to introduce a love story in the boys and girls board. The topic is a love in Starbucks. One day a girl went to the Starbucks. She goes to Starbucks 3 times a week. And one day she always order green tea powder, 抹茶. And then one day she order latte. And the clerk, a boy clerk, he write a note on her drinks and then smile at her, and she fell in love. And then after that time, she went to the Starbucks, and the boy always write something sweet to, for example, these days are getting colder, so you have to wear more clothes. And one day the boy he write, "Wait for me until I close this door." And then she studied late, and until the store is closed, they walk together home. And then a month later, the boy write another word on her drink. He write, "I want to be your boyfriend." And then they are couples now. And I wanted to compare the difference and the identical part of Dcard and other social platforms. For example, the identical part with Facebook, IG, and Twitter, you can write some article or share your feelings on the platform, and you can discuss some issue by leaving some comments or messages under the article. And you can also click a like or heart if you like that article or comment. But the difference is Dcard, you can publish it only anonymously. But like Facebook, you publish some article under your name. And Dcard have particular groups. They are just for college students. But like Facebook, they allow everybody to participate. And in Dcard, the articles has arranged in different categories. So it's easy to find which topic you're interested in. And I wanted to compare another thing is chatting apps and D-card. The identical part is you can make friends that you don't know or never met before by drawing cards, or like Line, you can shake your cell phone and it will search someone around you, and you can match each other and you can start to chat. But the difference is, like Line, you can chat immediately if the person is online. But like D-card, you have to communicate it by email, so it will take some time to reply. And this is our presentation. Thank you. Do you have any questions for us?
Yes. Is it just an online Taiwanese introduction agency? D-card?
Can you say that again?
Yes, I've typed it there. Is it just a dating agency?
It's some part is, but the other part you can write articles on that website.
Do you find good articles?
Yeah.
So, have any of you three joined? Have you joined?
Winnie has joined.
Okay. Has she met any friends yet?
I just look the article on there, but I don't draw the card.
Okay.
Many students will draw a card to know new friends.
Do you think it's a bit like gambling, drawing a card?
Yes, but you can choose if you want to be her friend or his friend. If you don't interested in him, you won't be her friend.
Right, so you're looking for an ace. Or a king.
Someone is wanted to miss some Mr. Right on the card.
Mr. Right, okay. Explain Mr. Right to those people that don't know it. What is Mr. Right?
Some person
It means the right person for you.
Yes. Have you heard of the show in China called If You Are the One?
I don't know.
Well, it's shown in Australia, and I'm pretty certain it's in Taiwan because they've had Taiwanese contestants.
So it's made in China? I mean, it has Chinese contestants?
Yeah.
So it's a Chinese show or Taiwanese show?
Chinese.
So it's a drama.
It's not a drama.
It's a television series?
Single girls. and one guy per time, and the girls can choose or not choose him.
我感觉像是那个女生举牌的。
It has 50
right?
million viewers
Is it a movie?
every night in China. No. It's a dating show.
Oh, really?
Mm.
你可以跟他讲。
Yeah. Can you show it to us later?
Yes, give me the token.
Token 给他，他给我们看这是什么？因为我记得《非诚勿扰》是一个电影嘛。
他的名字上面按右键。
Okay, Nicholas, I think they probably, some of them might be mistaken it for the profile picture. Yeah, are you talking about that one or the first
I am
assignment?
talking about the profile picture, yes.
Are you
Not the
talking about
picture
that?
much, but Nick, give me another word here instead of obliging. So this law obliges any baker to stay closed for at least 1 day a week. So what is oblige? Give me another word for obliging here instead of obliging. There's several actually, but
Assist.
more than assist, a stronger word. Assist means it's your choice.
Oh. So.
They have no
Obey?
choice. Yes, obey is okay. They must obey. So, forcing any baker or telling them that they must obey. So obliging here means that it's forcing. There are other meanings of obliging, but as a verb here, it's a verb and it means forcing the bakers to stay closed at least 1 day a week. Okay, thank you, Rita. Now, a fifth baker was acquitted last week. The baker said the ruling means he will probably have to cut jobs due to a drop in revenue. Daniel, what is revenue?
It's good for you. Money?
Yes, money. Revenue means money. It's your income, more correctly.
Yes.
So your revenue is what you've got coming in. Now, what do you think acquitted means? If you're in a court of law and you are acquitted, it's the opposite to being found guilty. If you're found guilty, it's the opposite meaning. So what does acquitted mean?
You are not guilty.
That's right, you're not guilty. So if you're acquitted, you're not guilty. Now, even though he's been acquitted, the bakers say the ruling will probably have to cut jobs due to a drop in revenue. Now, what ruling are they talking about? What ruling?
Sorry, I don't know.
All right. It's a badly written sentence because there is the paragraph, what we call the topical sentence, or the topic sentence. That's the first sentence of the paragraph, and that should mean the rest of the sentence, the rest of the paragraph is related. But here, whoever's written it says the ruling. I would have said it refers to this ruling.
No, you can.
The baker's acquitted. But that's wrong. It's not that ruling. What is it? Which ruling is it?
You cannot open your store all a week.
So this is a bad sentence. It's not written well. So now, why do you think that this ruling, forcing them to remain closed, why will it cause a drop in revenue? Why are they going to have to cut jobs? You know, what's the reason?
Because you close the store and you lost a 1 day income.
That's right. So if you lose 1/7 of your income, therefore you have to cut jobs. Daniel, in Taiwan, do bakers stay open 7 days a week?
Of course not. He usually break on weekend.
Okay.
Usually.
In Australia, they're open every day. They just use different workers. So you're not allowed to work 7 days a week in Australia. But they just have to pay somebody else, unless it's a family business. Okay, thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Just do one last paragraph. Stéphane Moreau, one of the convicted bakers, said, we'll have to work less, pay less VAT and less payroll taxes, and if need be, lay off staff. VAT is a tax that they pay in Europe, value-added tax it's called. Now, lay off staff. Chenny Chen, what do you think that means, lay off staff?
They do not employ someone.
Yes. Okay. What phrase does it mean the same as in this paragraph? Lay off staff. There's a phrase in that paragraph meaning more or less the same.
Pardon?
I just have to stop there now. But cut jobs means lay off staff. So we stop lay off means stop employing you. In other words, sack them. Okay? Now we'll pick up this next week, Pearl.
Okay, we can do that.
Finish that off. Yeah.
Okay.
I hope you all have a good week.
Okay.
See you next week. Okay.
Okay. See you.